Welcome to the new and improved Z Reviews, now with a not quite 16:9, but better than the 4:3 aspect ratio, so much more lighting, the same old great waifus, and sponsors, which we'll get to in a second. This video, we are looking at 3 different DAPs, and I've done DAPs before, and I'm usually very long-winded, so please feel free to use the time jumps at the bottom if you just want to find where the hell I am. If there's anything special, I'll do a chapter mark with that. We have the iBasso DX240, which I had no idea how much it cost until I clicked the link before this video, like I was setting it up, and I went, how much? So we'll get to that. We've got the Hidizs no one can say it. No one can say it. The Hidizs AP80 Pro-X. Because when you put Pro in something, it's good. When you put Pro-X in something, that's even better. And then finally, the M11 Plus. I think I've done like, how many M11s have I done? Wasn't there like, there was an M11, then there was an M11 Pro, that was the THX one, and now we got the M11 Plus, which is, I think this is dual, Saber DAX. I think that's the difference. Although we do have carbon fiber, cool carbon fiber things. So I'm going to compare it. Here's the original M11, no carbon fiber, obviously worse. So before we begin, let me talk about my sponsor. Thank you for sponsoring this video. If you want to sponsor my video, please feel free to contribute. Triangle. Now, I'm spinning the wrong thing. Look at that. How professional does that look? That's dope. And I say dope. Is dope allowed on YouTube? Anyway, this is the Triangle Wow. This is the Triangle AIO. They're paying me for this. Keep that in mind. This is the Triangle AIO Twin. And if you look on my shelf there, you'll see the Triangle Alaras / LN01As, depending on what part of the world you're in. Those are in eggplant purple. And this new one, I asked specifically for linen gray. And it just looks fantastic with this on or off. The benefits of the new AIO Twin is it now has Wi-Fi connectivity, and through the app you can connect multiple AIO devices, because it's an entire line the Triangle now has, with Wi-Fi connection. So not like losslessly through Bluetooth. This has Bluetooth, but it can losslessly connect through a network of them. And if you bought like $20,000 in AIO twins, you can just have them all play simultaneously, all the sources you want. It also has the ability to hook up a vinyl turntable as opposed to a granite turntable. We don't get into that. Here with a phono or line switch, you get a subwoofer out, which is just a straight raw subwoofer out. So you can, if you like this, these don't have enough, boom, plug in a subwoofer. You get an optical in, so you can hook it up to your television, replace your soundbar. It is a bit pricey. I think they're starting at $9.99, so, you know, make sure you actually get a full Ethernet port in case you want to hardwire it for your internet and not just do the Wi-Fi thing. You could do hardwired Cat 5 to it. And it has a decent remote, and it looks sexy as hell. I'm just impressed how well this glass spinner is working, so I'll link that in the description. Anyway, we also have another thing I need to announce. It's not the very thankful sponsor. Please check out the links to this sponsor both in the description and the pinned comment. Let me put you back. Hold on, come back here. Oh, very handsome. These, if you don't recognize these are the HER7DX. These are a drop revision from Hi-Fi-Man of a closeback. And it's a dynamic closeback, and usually dynamics from Hi-Fi-Man are like, eh. But I've been actually given a special code from Drop that says, hey, we have 700 of these that we want to sell. Would you like to sell them for $100? And I'm like, so throughout the next couple of videos, at least while I still have stock, these, because they are essentially closeback Sundaras. Like giant closeback that sound open, airy, and natural, like the $350 Sundaras for $100. So now that we've talked about our lovely sponsor Triangle, we talked about down the waifus in the description, including the one, we talked about the special coupon code that Zeos gets for those, which I'm sure I've announced everywhere else. Let's talk about portable fucking music players. And at least we're out of the M17, like, absurd. You remember the M17. If you haven't seen the M17 review, feel free to go watch that. Where this box for the DX240 is roughly the same dimensions as that felt like. Like, no one needs a brick that big to play music. So these are more in the roundhouse of like, okay, you could actually carry them. Obviously, I'm going to sort of bias my my love for portables towards the more compact and affordable, which is what I would call the Hidizs AP80 Pro-X. But you are going to lack a couple. We're actually going to talk about features lacking in 2 out of these 3. Let me bring up some websites. Here we go. Here is the one from Triangle. Triangle, links in the description. Triangle. Just want to spin that again. I need more of those spinners. That is fucking cool. In the wood too. We have got, so these 2 were sent by Linsol. This one was sent by Apos. Linsol's site just keeps haggling me. So $190 for this. That is not cheap. That's another thing. Like when I try to sell people on a portable music player, they go, Zeos, I own a phone. And while it doesn't have a headphone jack out, which most of them don't, mine actually does, but while it doesn't have a headphone jack out, I can just get any Bluetooth device or a little dongle DAC. I actually got a pile of dongle DACs to do, and then I'm good to go. Why would I want a DAP? And so here's the thing. It's getting harder and harder for me to explain to people why I prefer a DAP, because I'm Zeos. I have quite a number of headphones. I move around my house most of the time. I go outside to just play with things. Maybe I want to be on my phone doing phone things and not have it murdering the battery while playing music in the background. So I just want a separate device. I personally just like the separation of church and state. Church being the phone, where the not safe for work items live, and state being the State of the Union, which is music playing. And I just want that sort of to exist in its own universe. I don't know, that's just me. This is my OCD. Just wants the 2 things. I never liked Swiss Army knives. My cousin was a Swiss Army knife guy. And anytime I needed a knife for something, he would have it about 35 seconds after I had it, because I just had a knife that I pulled out and there's my knife. So I feel like just having it separated also means that while my Sony is very good, the battery life sucks. Whereas the battery life on like this is forever. So I could bring this home, put it down next to my keys, pick it up the next day, not worry about how I didn't charge it. I put it on a charging base and it just is. I like things that just are, it just works. I guess we'll look at this one first because it's the smallest and probably the most interesting to you. I've done a couple of other Hidizs players. Hidizs, there's a Z in it. This has an MQA logo on the back. I like the pattern on there. Glass front and rear, obviously. Aluminum shell. It's got really like aggressively knurled knob here, which is your, I'm gonna call it the volume starter button or knob. You press it in and to hold it down to turn it on. But then you turn it and you could see that volume indicator goes up, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. But turning it like this is like winding a fucking watch. No one wants to do that. No one wants to sit there and crank a watch. So what you'll end up doing is do that and then you'll just thumb the screen. Now you get a little bit of a much faster response. And if it's in your pocket, you're obviously not gonna try to turn it and do that, which I don't know if I lock it. If I shut the screen off by pressing that and then turn the knob, yeah, it does control the volume. It's just a lot of this in your pocket, which is gonna, so we're starting to get to like the negatives of having such a small unit. Next track, last track, play, pause, micro SD card, nothing on top. And then here's where I get one issue that's gonna haunt me this fucking desk. 2.5 millimeter for balanced. I'm a sort of a balanced guy. I have a lot of balanced headphones. All my balanced cables are hanging over there. I want to use most of my headphones balanced. And that's both an OCD thing and a slightly more power thing. And frankly, just I want to know, like here, the Rebel amp is not balanced, but I'm okay because it's a Class A and it's Ukrainian and it's got a warmth to it. It's like a watt per channel. It's something special and nice, and I'm okay with it being only 1/4 inch. Same with the Dark Voice or tube amps. But if I'm going solid state on literally anything and it's not balanced, I feel icky. So all 3 of these units have balanced. These 2, the insanely expensive DX240 reference DAP, and this both have 2.5 millimeter. And I'm like, it's 2022, please give me 4.4 Pentacon. So you get your 2.5 and a normal 3.5 and your USB charge at the bottom, which I kind of wish they separated these a little more, because I feel like plugging in a USB-C and having this next to it might be a little bit crowded. It's a little close. It's a little close. The touchscreen is very responsive. And I don't think I've charged this. Like, I put it on and I went out shopping with it. Maybe I charged it once after that, but then I haven't, and I'm getting all set up for the review and setting up everything up on the desk. We're at 81%. It's just infinite. And that's funny because these two are not infinite. Let me see if they actually give me a battery rating. Not foobar, I'm not doing that. Please, Linsol, fix this shit so it doesn't pop up. You're killing me here. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh my god, it's one of those. Oh, it doesn't actually go down. Level half the page is not that. Technical details. And how many? It has an 800 milliamp hour, 3.7 lithium polymer. Doesn't say how long it lasts. Instantly plays when you click. When you click, it just plays. That's going to be an issue for one of these other two players. I remember it. But you got Fat John playing. Center volume. We have the up top is the Hidizs thing, which is the pop out on the side. Hidizs logo. This is the actual player. Play all, play files, play albums, artist genres, format, and then you just slide it up to go away. You can favorite a track. You can add to favorites, playlists, and recents. And this is the actual player that shows you the album art. Shows me. This has 20,000 songs listed. So I don't know if it'll play more than 20,000 songs. Unless I perfectly, magically copied a bunch of shit onto a card and hit exactly 20,000, it's just showing me 20,000. So, which odd thing is it makes sense in the list. It's not like A through S and then it cut off. It's A through Z, then numbers, and it hits exactly 20,000. I have to copy and paste one and see if it hits 20,000 in one songs. Listen now, add to players, equalizer. The equalizer is, please turn it on to switch. I'm turning it on, hold on. We're getting to that point where I feel like I need a stylus. So you have a multi-band. This is actually scrolling. 31, 62, 125, what is it, 10 band? We have a 10-band equalizer. Oh, man. Okay, it's okay, it's okay. I'm getting this, Come on. Oh, I got it off, okay. We have to go back to the thing that I pointed out. Okay, scroll over. MSEB. Please use the time scales below to jump way the hell out of this. And don't forget to check out my link for triangle loudspeakers because there's good I/O stuff. Is beautiful. Triangle knows how to make a good speaker. We'll talk about their software in the review of that. I'm probably gonna get a copyright claim because I could hear the music. Overall temperature: cool, bright to dark, warm. Bass extension, bass texture, note thickness, vocals, female overtones, sibilants, low frequency, sibilants, high frequency, impulse response, and air. These are things you can adjust with MSEB. I'm all for this existing. Do not ask me to explain what they do, because this is something you get and you're like, okay, Zeos, I really love my headphones and I love the way my things sound. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. But if you've ever been really just sitting there going, okay, you know what? I've got these Poseidons and I really like the Poseidons, but I always feel like they need more female overtones, and you can add vivid female overtones or detox female overtones. So Tweaker's Dream is MSEB. What is the actual? If I turn that on, I think go to settings. Come on, settings. I should have got a fucking stylus. I did it. Eric, there it is. So set. Use preset tuning, yes or no, checkbox. Slider range settings. Right now the slider goes to excessive because there's fine tuning, which all these things will now adjust between -20 and 20. Middling, which is -40 to 40, and excessive, -100 to 100, which is what it sets as the default. So how much do you want to fuck with your thing? Then there's load and save, and just get me the hell out of here. None of this matters. All of this is bullshit. The navigation is, I have it currently in just, I think it's all one. Here, micro SD card. We enter the micro SD card. All right, we do have, we don't have folders. Do we not have folders? Why there's so much AC/DC? Oh God. Oh, because I'm in AC/DC's folder. Did I accidentally click? I have so much AC/DC. I don't usually have this problem. I swear it's never happened to me before. Okay. So yeah, you get to scroll through the folders. If you want to navigate, I would recommend the folder list. If you're looking for a specific song, like you could play like Billy Joel, And then you got the artwork ability. Actually, what is artwork? No music found in the artwork. So I want to play Allentown. I have 2 copies of Allentown. Then I hit X. Then I hit the playing thing, and now it's showing me Allentown. And it's only 2 of 127. So now we're locked into Billy Joel, and it's playing there. Enough about the fucking navigation. It's small. My big ass fingers are having a hard time with the up, down, left, right. But you do get to pick your, where do I hit? Here's your shuffle or straight through or repeat 1. You get all those options. They show up here. We're down to 75%, by the way, which is actually the largest drop I think I've ever seen out of it. The sound quality out of it is superb. Like, I've tested with a couple, maybe 4 good headphones and 1 set of IEMs, because IEMs are important because you want to make sure it doesn't have a noise floor. And of the 4 headphones, none of them had a problem, except like if I'm trying to push like Mad Dogs or something Argon, even on high gain, you're going to be pushing it for this little tiny device. But if you're going out with a normal set of headphones, this is a normal price unit, you can get away with the normality of it. Good soundstage, good width. I'm trying to see if it says what type of DAC is in it. Although most of this stuff is, oh, there it is. ESS Sabre, ES 9219C ×2. So it does have dual DACs, which for under $200 unit is pretty fucking solid, especially through the fucking balance. Yeah, if I close my eyes, I probably couldn't tell you if this is coming off of a desktop amp or a portable, just because it doesn't quite have the push you get out of like something bigger like the $500-600 IFI Griffin, which also has bass boost and everything else. Like, you can EQ bass, it's not the same, but this is also a complete player on its own. This is a replacement for any of the things that I talked about previously, where you just like, oh, you buy this and you Bluetooth into it and you're good to go. This is its own. You could have nothing but this. You got a prison for 15 years for you know, waifu wallpaper illegal downloadings, and you could just sit there with 20,000 or possibly more songs, and this is your only thing. It's the only thing you need. Next track, last track, play, pause. It's small, it's light. It isn't actually sharp. It kind of looks sharp, but it's actually very nice and easy to hold. So, I mean, you've seen this size player before. You know I love this size player. This is what people should get when they get a DAP. People who start their DAP journey with one of like these bricks, and I know they're not a brick compared to the M17, but if you start with one of these, you're gonna end up moving to one of these real quick, because it's like, yeah, I'm going out. You end up just using your phone. If you don't get something small and light and portable and leave it in like your pocket here, like the, you know, a pocket that no one ever uses inside their jacket up here, that's where you should put this. So, all right, we're done with that. Let's move off to that one. Okay, so again, these, please, $100 is dumb for how those sound. That was No Rain by Blind Melon. I'm pausing this. So you've seen me review this before. In fact, I could just probably link you the other one and say, by the way, this has ESS chips, and I think it sounds just as good, if not a little bit softer, warmer, because ESS and AKM, if you don't know what a DAC is, or a DAC chip, or what happened to the AKM factory, you could probably ignore this whole segment and just watch either this or the previous review of this unit, which, by the way, is door nail dead. So I'm charging that up because I wanted to check something, but now it's just like, fuck, sleep, baby, sleep. So, if we go to the APOS page and look this over real good, you'll see it's $699.99. Thank God that extra penny would have just broken me. You see it uses Sabre ES9068AS ×2 DAC chips. You'll see it has THX AAA 7.8 amps. And then if we scroll wheel, I'm not going to scroll wheel because my wheel is going to break. If we just drag this down, you get all of these rock on with heavenly sound from the highly efficient 2-amp DC flyback converter and the 4th gen FPGA plus NDK femtosecond crystal oscillators, and it just all sounds like fake bullshit. It all sounds like fake bullshit. All the bullshit that they throw at this. However, it doesn't sound audibly like fake bullshit. That's right, there was an M11 Limited. The Limited, oh, it could actually compare it to the Limited. Are you the Limited? I think you might be the Limited. Oh, good. So let's see, Snapdragon 660, that's the same, RAM's the same, screen's the same. AK4497 versus the ES. Femtocrystals, different LPF. We've got OPA 927 times 2. Carbon fiber panels have a smooth panel, both on Android 10, which is what I wanted to know. Supported 5, anything else that I see, 90. Oh, battery life on the ESS one is about 2.5 hours longer. Claims this one will do 11.5 hours, where this one will do 14 hours, about 14 hours, whatever that means. They both charge at the same rate, and the power on the ESS versus that, minutely different. You're talking about 32 ohms, 210 on the new one on the ESS versus 206 milliwatts, and then 588 versus 660. So it's measurable, but it's not like the end of days. This one actually also has better signal to noise ratio by like 2 decibels. So that's really all I wanted to know. I wanted to compare the two. You're getting an M11. M11 is the default big chunky player. If you can get up into the Shanling prices, Shanling M6 Pro, Shanling M8, the big ones, those are great units. But for just like, hey, I need a brand that sells 1 trillion of these and I know they're gonna back up their product, FiiO. You just get a FiiO. You get a FiiO. It doesn't come with a wooden box this time, but look at the, I'll take it out. We'll unplug this Periapt cable, which by the way was a Z-Reviews cable. Hi-Fi Guides cables color scheme coming from Periapt soon. So let's pop this out of its little protective leather condom and touch it raw dog. I love how it comes with a leather case, by the way. This used to be like a $40, $50 option. And now they're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Look at the thumbprints on the back of this. Beautiful, by the way. All aluminum construction. Big old piece of glass. You can get screen protectors on Amazon for it. I'll link a screen protector on Amazon for it. This is the only visible difference is you get, instead of the rocker on the side being just smooth, the rocker. And what this is, I'll explain real quick. I'll do the whole tour. Flat nothingness, power button, or screen on off. Has a nice indicator that you can raise and lower the brightness of that. I have it at 100% currently because I'm doing a review and you might as well burn it. So you got a hexagonal button that turns on and off. This is your volume slider in that you can press it and the volume will go up and down. You could do like I did on this one where you press it, initiate this, and then touch screen it. Or you can slide it. And I've got options set because this thing has its own menu in the whole of Android where you could have it so you slide and then hold and it'll keep going down or up. That's the reason I don't have it enabled. Because if you have this in your pocket and you go to touch it and you go like that and you hold it like that, it'll just go 84, 86, 88, 90, just straight up to the fucking moon. Here is the custom button, which if it's unlocked and playing, it will add a song to favorites. If you hold it down, you get a menu that's add to favorites, switch song randomly, play pause, delete the current song, switch filter, switch equalizer, enter DAC USB mode, enter Bluetooth receiving mode, or no function specified. And it says choosing one of these. So if I hit like play random song, it then will do that. And there's a way to adjust what this does by default. I literally spent 20 minutes looking through the menu for it. I know it's in there, but for now, it's just hit that, add to favorites. Bottom of the unit, 4.4 Pentacon. Thank God you other two, I can't believe I don't have it. Even this little guy should have it. Since if a goddamn Go Blue has it, that should have it. Here's your 4.4, here's your 2.5 in case you're one of those people that needs a 2.5 to plug into something. I don't. Here's your 3.5 out that is also your coaxial out and your single-ended pre-out or line out. So if you wanted to line out to an amp, you would do it through that. Or you could pre-out from these. None of these are, it also says balance LO, which means that's also a line out. So you wanted to put this up to a balanced amplifier. No, these are balanced amplifier. You'd use a special cable to go 4.4 out to that. Getting messages. My watch is bothering me. Here's your USB-C. You could hear them. You could hear me accidentally changing the volume. That's a key thing because it's gonna happen. When it does happen, there's a hold switch here, which prevents that. which you might need. Here is the SD card slot. You got to use one of the little pokers to poke it out, but there you go. Then you have 3 hexagonal buttons here. Last track, next track, play pause with a little nipple on the play pause. They put the nipple, well actually they do a very interesting thing here where they have the leather stamped inwards for the next track, last track, and then the entire thing but the play pause outwards here so you feel the nipple there. Smart way to do it. Again, the back is glass. I could spend literally the entirety of the video length just buffing this thing front and rear with a microfiber towel. I want you to at least see it once without my greasy Italian handprints. By the way, don't forget to check out the Triangle AIO Twin, which I don't know if I talked about the sound. These things sound fucking amazing. They're not quite the volume, like they won't destroy your house. They're only a 5 1/4, but this sounds like fancy French speaker engineering. Oh, look at that. Now never touch it again. In fact, just have your hands removed so you don't have to do that. So yeah, that is a gorgeous piece of equipment. Also, I find the screen, now this is something I don't remember from the previous M11, but I'm gonna say I definitely noticed it here. I find the screen, when you're on an angle like this, is very dark. And I'm like, is I maxed out? And then if you turn it, it's like, oh, there's bright. Oh, it's completely bright here. And then, oh. By the way, this is Android 10, and it's a completely Play Store capable unit. So I just have loaded up if I switch between apps. Hold on. Touch panel has been disabled. Oh, my hold key is still on. Hold on. Here we go. Now we've got this going. Now we can do that. I've got Zeo's Twitch fam, and if I go back, I can go to the House of Patronage. Here's the patronage chat that you pay $10 a month to go to my patronage chat. If you support me on Patreon or Subscribestar, here's all the people in here talking. This is all today. Everything here is today. What do we got pictures of? Oh, we got Bane. Oh, because yeah, Dyson put out an air purifying headphone that's also a face mask. I think they're relate to that party. Like I was watching YouTube videos on my bidet on this, and it's weird because I'm used to, like, I'll watch YouTube videos on my phone. Sometimes I'll watch YouTube videos on my phone with like some sort of headphone attached to it because it does have a 3.5mm out. But I know I was listening to that YouTube video on my bidet with dual Sabre DACs coming out of a very nice like $700 DAP, and it's a special event. It is a special event. So everything is smooth and fast. The menus pull down. You've got a fuckload of things here. You got the Wi-Fi, you got Bluetooth, you got mode choose, where it's Android pure music mode, USB DAC mode, Bluetooth receiving mode. So this will actually act as a Bluetooth receiver so that your phone can then transmit audio data to this, and then this can output it through its good amps and DACs. It's a little bit like backwards because it's like, that's kind of perfect if you're parking this in your office and someone just wants to play a song, or someone, you don't have the song they want. But then again, you could also install Spotify or Tidal or anything you want on here. So just get the music. And then AirPlay, it will support AirPlay. Here's your gain, low, medium, and high, which is weird because the low and high ones are almost the same icon. One's an arrow up, one's an arrow down, and the medium's level. It should be down, medium, and up instead of down, medium, and up. It's very hard. Pre-out or line-out switch, balanced end, standard 3.5. In vehicle mode, in case you decide to throw this thing in your car and just leave a $700 portable DAP mounted to your dashboard, do not do that. If you do that only with like level 3 tinted windows, and maybe you leave a Rottweiler in there. Here's your volume touch controls. There's so many controls that you put it right here in the menu. We should go to it real quick. Touch sounds, which I like. Slide and hold for auto adjustment, which is what I disabled. Auto lock after inactivity, which is probably something I would turn on if I was using this day to day. And disable entirely the volume touch control panel. Why are we here? No. Oh, by the way, there's my wallpaper. Anime girl eating a hamburger with a shirt that says meat. How did I get that? Well, I have Plus Messenger on here, so I just went to one of the random hundreds of anime chats and was like, that's my wallpaper, set as wallpaper, done. So, Meet wallpaper, probably not available in the description. I have to get it off here. I guess I could get it off here. Just send it to my Telegram and upload it. We'll see. How much I love you will depend on if you get the Meet wallpaper. Although I'm pretty sure I saved that to be used in future actual full reviews. Back down to this. All to DSD. Now I have a theory with all to DSD. Sometimes it does make things sound better, where it takes anything you're playing, even if it's just regular FLAC like I have on here, and it puts it through the DSD circuitry, which is basically like a smoothing filter. It's like chopping up 1,000 pieces into 1,000,000 pieces, and then squeezing them through a thing that processes 1,000,000 pieces. Sometimes it can change the way it sounds. I'm not going to verify it does anything extraordinary. All you got to know is when you put that on, battery murder. Battery fucking murder. Just processing sound for almost no reason. And then you have dark theme, night light, which changes the actual color tone of everything to be less blues, which we could leave on or off. And then rotate screen, which I think, yeah, that's what rotate screen does. It's not for this. Rotate screen literally does a 180. And I think that's their answer to people who like the plugs on top. Because a lot of times I prefer the plugs on the bottom of a player. But if you have the plugs on the bottom of the player, you can't stand the player up. And maybe you want to stand the player up. So you literally go to rotate screen in the pull down menu. And now the whole fucking thing is upside down. However, that's still, down is still volume up and up is still volume down on this. So they didn't get far enough into the crazy to make that a thing. You get your standard notifications, Google removing permissions from unused apps. You get the normal Android experience. If you're not an Android person, here's the thing. If you're an Apple person and you're like, I don't know if I want to switch to Android, buy a FiiO player. Use it for a while. Just imagine this with what it needs is a speaker. I'm going to say this about every Android device. They all need speakers, a little tiny speaker, just to give you an indication something's going on. They all need vibration when you type, because if you go to search for something and you just type and there's no vibration or feedback, that's the end of days. I need to put this back to the correct orientation. I'm getting weirded out by this. Oof, that's weird. It doesn't feel right also. I feel like it's heavier on the bottom, so holding it upside down is no good. Meat. Like I have Chrome on here. There's an application thing that's automatically installed. There's your Play Store, your real Play Store. Here's a Snapdragon timeline. What are you? Snapdragon Gallery. Okay. That's just a look at pictures. Okay, we'll close this. It's got a very colorful menu for 10. Like here, everything you'd want. Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, audio, display, global settings are here. Multi-function button, switch song randomly is now the function of that button when we press it. Auto rotate screen. Why did it flip it upside down? Okay, no, let's ignore that. Double tap to wake up the screen, or I have it set so you have to hit the power button to wake up the screen. In vehicle mode, volume settings, you could do volume limitation, power up default volumes, match touch panel volume. So if you don't want it to go to 120, you can get it to like 90. So that means the system volume is still maxed at 120. But let's see. Hold on. There's so many fucking options in here. I would have to do a full 2 days of writing out paperwork to explain to you what the fuck's going on here. The FiiO app, I don't have the FooBar app. I have just the FiiO app because it works plenty good. You get the pull downs here, settings for that, scan for music, gapless playback, playthrough folders, replay gain. Let's turn on replay gain. We want it on, we want track because I shuffle. So there's that. Then you have MQA SPIT if you want to add decode to that. File size limit for album art, 3 megs. Languages, notification styles, auto enter now playing. I have off because I want to just keep in my menu. Resume. There's got so many things. FiiO Control. The FiiO Control. This has the FiiO Control app in this. So if you have UTWS5s or something, you can add them to this and then control it with this through the app like it's just a regular phone. I can't get lost in this. I'm going to get lost in this. Here's the equalizer. Again, it's a 10-bit equalizer, which is turned off. Get out. Again, we're getting to that point where I'm like, Zeos, just tell me how the fuck it sounds. I love it. I think it sounds as good. It sounds, once this is, I had this charge at one point and I was listening to this. Again, it's ESS. It's just that, like, is it mental? When I have to second guess what I'm hearing and saying, is this actually better than the thing that I've used? And this thing is abused. Look at the fucking screen on this. I've abused, this has been the, I need to get music to play somewhere. Just take the M11. I think I had the regular M11, which I sold in the yard sale. Now this is the M11, not the Plus. This is the M11 Pro, or whatever the fucking, the next one was with THX amps. And now this is the M11 Plus, which I think if I was going to sell one in the yard sale, it'd be this one. It'd be the AKM version. I have no people have qualms with Sabre DACs. Like, you understand that when the AKM factory burned to the ground, everyone had to look at Sabre, because maybe the Sabre was like, oh no, real audiophiles like AKM. No, you don't want Japanese, you don't want this American shit. As soon as everyone started switching to ESS, and I started hearing the differences, like, and actually like, oh, everyone's into this game, I don't understand why everyone's arguing. I think ESS sounds just as good, if not more what I'm interested in a sound than AKM. And I don't believe in fucking DACs sounding very different, but I'm still gonna say that on video. And you can quote me. Nice Triangle speakers. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you for sponsoring this video, Triangle. I will link to your things. Let's keep going. So yeah, you know how the app works. You can get the FiiO app, I think, in the Play Store for your just your Android phone. I don't know if they have one for the an Apple phone. So let's see. Wait. Yep, there you go. I could literally stop it from going past 90. That just saved so much time and worry. Just worry. Recently added 100 most played songs. Blind Melon No Rain. I've played a lot of Blind Melon No Rain, apparently. Postmodern Jukebox. Let's plug a headphone in. Let's plug a big headphone in. Let's plug a headphone that we haven't seen in a while. Let's put this sucker to fucking high gain for a second, because we're gonna need it. Let's pull out the fucking Mad Dogs. The Mr. Speakers Mad Dogs. I've done a lot of argon dick sucking on this channel, and very recently I did a video on my second channel where I went over every headphone in the house. And these were behind all those, like literally just behind it, not even on a brick, because I didn't want to fuck with the pads. Unfortunately, just having them sitting back there caused like weird white mold things to grow in it. So I had to spend like 30 minutes cleaning the pads off with Mr. Leather and rubbing alcohol and bleach and just getting them beautiful. And these are still an amazing headphone. Also very hard to drive. So I'm gonna have to actually unlock, I'm gonna have to actually click to go up past 90. We're at 100 out of 120 on high gain. And my original Mad Dogs, these are 8-9 years in my possession, still sound good. Are argons better? Yes. But this is what started the obsession with, hey, let's modify these T50s. If it didn't start it, it certainly won the battle until argons were a thing. And it feels nice to have them on camera again. Johnny Mathis, 16 most requested songs. Digital remaster. Oh, fuck yeah. These are a dark headphone, and I like it. I really dig these headphones. And we're coming at a 3.5mm. Keep this in mind. The balanced output is way more powerful. We would not need to be as high as we are if this was balanced. They're not balanced. So I'm sort of stuck with this, and I am perfectly fine with it. It's dead silent on IEMs. It pushes anything you need power-wise. I didn't even get the actual, hold on, let me see. Does it actually state that, I gotta scroll to the bottom of the earth. Specs, where is your power? Are you just not gonna tell me? I don't care if it's got a 14 nanometer process. I care about watts. It just says 3 gain levels. They never give me like a nice, easy to read. Like, I don't care about the battery. I care about how many watts are you pushing. Total harmonic distortion. Oh, I already read this. Never mind. The balanced output would be more than half a watt. This single-ended output is 210 milliwatts, so it's about a fifth of a watt. And apparently, that's just enough for Mad Dogs and Johnny Mathis. And I'm pausing it, slowly raises the song. I miss these headphones. I talk about nostalgia. Bringing that shit back. Mark II T50s modified to this. So, to answer the question that you've all been waiting for, Zeos, is it worth getting this one since it has Saber DAX and not a... Yes. I even think I like it more. Just, I don't know, some of that carbon fiber just turns me on. I'll probably sell this one in the yard sale. I'll probably sell the original one, the OG in the yard sale. Or the limited... Well, they're just going to keep making new ones. Soon there'll be a Plus Limited instead of just a Limited. Anyway, we got to move on now to the most expensive player on the table, and I didn't know that till I started this fucking review. So, do I approve of this? Fuck yes. Look at the handprints. I just clicked. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh, my whole brain. I had to eventually get to the iBasso website and get the actual official manual, because this didn't come with a one apparently. It came with a quick start guide and a little warranty card and screen protectors. It came with screen protectors, but it came with this thing. Like in the box was this little 2.5 millimeter protected, like oh, gotta pull off this protected fucking 2.5 millimeter that goes to what looks like a USB, but there's nothing in it. It's just a filled USB port. And I'm like, what is this? Is it an FM antenna? Is it some sort of, talk about the upgrade module? I was going to complain about the, hold on, I can minimize this, right? Okay. Back to waifus. So this thing's expensive. It's not quite gemstone, but it's fucking close. It's fucking close to gemstone. Baka is in the video that Pasta's watching. So I look at, I literally was going to start the review and I'm like, wait a second, let me just double check the accessories. And this fucking nightmare 2.5 millimeter dangle dingle dong that does nothing. It has literally, it's sealed. I'm like, does that come out? Is it like a thing? Balanced burn-in cable. Look, I truly do believe in burn-in for moving drivers. A dynamic driver, you know, it comes out of the factory, it's fresh, it's stiff. You put 25 hours through it, it's just moving microscopic amounts. So if it moves 15 atoms more after being used 20 hours, maybe there's a slight tone change. Things relax, things break in like jeans, all right? Moving. What the fuck are you burning in, iBasso? What is that? So yeah, that just wasted like 20 minutes of my day trying to figure out what the goddamn thing is, because none of the websites that sell it, not Linsol, not Hi-Fi Go, not Amazon, nobody was telling me what it is. By the way, that is the chunkiest 3.5 millimeter to coaxial cable to use this as a coaxial output. And then look at this USB-C. That is stiff. That is a beast with the aluminum connectors. Like, oh god, if I sell this in the yard sale, and I might, I'm gonna be sad about that. That is a monstrous cable. Anyway, we have to talk about it now. I'm gonna plug back in an actual thing that could use break-in and burn-in, but not this. And we're peel off the condom. Ugh. Unlike the leather vehicle, I also go with a very tight vinyl. Oh, we go feel off. There we go. Okay, hold on. I ain't got. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Whew. FiiOs used to come with this. Now FiiOs come with leather cases, and this is actually still nice. I'm not offended by this. One of the best things about this is you could take a waifu sticker, slap it in the back of this without even removing the adhesive, and just peel it on there. So that's your protective case. And here is your green. I specifically was like, give me the green one if you're going to send it, because that is gorgeous. nearly $1,000 iBasso player. And it's not the most expensive player iBasso has. They have more expensive ones. So iBasso has existed forever, even to the point where I remember my friend in like the early 2000s having an iBasso and doing nothing but talking about how good it was. Oh my God, you got to hear this one. It's so good. Get the iBasso, get the iBasso. Quick tour. The back is just gently curved. There's a slight curve, which you can see in like this. And that means when you put it on its back, it tends to spin around a lot because it's not all the surface area touching. But it feels so good in the hand. Out of its case, it's one of the nicest feeling things. It's curved glass. This might be curved glass. Just putting that out there for you. One of the nicest, like, it feels like a $900 player. $919 or something. Yeah, micro SD card. USB card. Micro SD card without a door, just click in, click out. I don't know why that isn't a thing for everybody, but apparently it's not for everybody. So this has an actual click in, click out. The top has a SPDIF out, which is, I don't think that's fiber optic as well. I think it's only coaxial digital. I haven't seen a red light come out of there. Here is your USB-C charge port on the top. I don't hate that. And they did it for a specific reason, which we'll get to. So again, rounded edges, by the way. None of this is flat. None of this is flat. It's all rounded arches, rounded here. This little divot comes up to this beautiful, just absolutely silent, absolutely smooth push button wheel. This is running, by the way, Android 9. Don't be a mess in South Central. I think introduced in the hood. Featuring R. Kelly and Ghostface Killer. Just smooth, beautiful. If you get it to pop up, you just do that. I will say this. For a luxury experience, this thing kills the FiiO. Just straight out of the bat. I should have realized how expensive it was just because it feels that way. Especially out of the condom case. It just feels like someone spent way too much time getting this perfect. Your buttons, which are either next track, last track, or play pause, or next track, last track, play pause. You could switch that in the menu. You got a high-res audio sticker, which you can peel off. Then the bottom shows up, and it says line out, phone, and balance with a 2.5, and then it says AMP1 Mark III. And then you look, and there's little screws. And then you realize, oh, fuck. Zeos, if you go to fucking iBasso's website, their actual website, and you go back to their actual products list for DAPS, where is it? Product, DAP, AMP12. What does the AMP12 look like? Yeah, $229. I think that's not for this one. You don't want the AMP12. You want the AMP8. So this is the AMP1 Mark III. The bottom unscrews when you buy one of these for $220. You can unscrew the whole amp module from the bottom and put another discrete amplifier in it. That's why it costs so fucking much money. And that's why it's on Android 9. It doesn't fucking matter. If you're one of these people, this is what I think FiiO used to do. They're slightly behind FiiO. FiiO no longer offers the interchangeable bass modules. The Q5 had it. That was the big Bluetooth one. I really liked it in that. The X5 had it. And the X7 was too big to do it. So yeah, you can get a 4.4 balanced with a different voltage, and this one 6.2 volts RMS, 2000 milliamp current output. That'll murder it. That's a murderer. But you can just, I think when you order that, you get the tool and you just go whoop, 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 and you pop that out and pop in a new motherfucker. It's a little less refined than the FiiO as far as like the packaging. But the packaging of the FiiO is a whole brick. That is exposed, unless it is packaged and I just can't tell. But I don't hate this. I don't hate this idea. It's $220. I mean, if you're spending $900 on a DAP and you're like, you know what? I think for this particular class of headphone, I'm going to switch to the 4.4 with more power. Because this, even with the AMP1, has more power than the FiiO. So again, it's only Android 9. The screen is actually, it claims to be brighter than it. I don't think it is. I think this is as bright as it goes. Play. Up. Where am I going? Home. It's got the old school last home swap keys for Android. If you're looking to get into an Android player, don't. If you're looking to learn Android, don't do it on an Android 9. But here's your pull down. Here's your bright. Actually, you know what? The brightness gets fucking bright. Still does that thing where it gets real dim on the angularity of it. Much less options than the FiiO. The FiiO has newer software. I feel like the iBasso here has much more refined stuff. Screenshot button, doesn't matter. Airplane mode, Low, medium, high gain, that's it. Digital filter, which again, we don't care about, and you don't get a menu, you just pick 1 through 7. Auto rotate actually does... Nope, it's just upside down again. It's kind of cool, actually. It's very smooth. This screen is stellar. I like the FiiO screen. This screen is better. I don't know why none of them rotate sideways. You'd think with a player, you would just have it like... I don't know. I feel like sideways would be a thing. Bluetooth on and off. Wi-Fi on and off. The end. If you go to the actual Android options, there's a couple different ones in here. Audio has auto mute, low gain, roll-off filter, volume limitations, volume wheel control on or off when the screen is off. That's literally your only option. It's a lot more stripped out, but it just flows. Like everything feels Snapdragon-ier. And the Mango player is what it comes with. So you could actually just do it through this widget. This is the widget on the page. There's the actual home page. This is just a bunch of widgets. So the Mango player widget, it's playing from the widget. It's showing you from the widget. It's showing you the Mango player thing in the widget. Whiplash. Haven't seen that movie. Heard it's good. I'll watch it. Relax. You get your pop-up. So I'm not going to review the software. I don't know if you can get Mango Player on the App Store, but if you can, it looks spectacular. Like even the gold ring around the play pause, fucking feels like a gold ring. Like I don't understand. It's just, it makes it a nice place. Let's plug actually something in and listen to it, because I'm going to judge it based on the balance. Other than that. We're running Saber DAX again, but this time a higher-end Saber DAX. Oof. How are these headphones $100? Please check out the drop link and code in the description. So this has 3.5 millimeter out is only 281, so about 1/4 of a watt out, which I think is more than that one did. And this is definitely higher. No, wait, I'm in the wrong one. Where is it? I'm in the wrong thing. Get me out of here, Mr. Wizard. Yes. So let me read that again. 281 is actually still the 3.5 millimeter output on this amp module, and 878 milliwatts. So more than 3/4 of a watt coming from the balance to the little 2.5. And while these headphones don't need it, this job sucks, because now I have to sit here and say, well, do I like the ESS FiiO, or is there something about this iBasso? Because it's like, I mean, I'm listening to it on a quote-unquote $100 pair of headphones, and I could literally stop and listen to something more. Fuck, put on the goddamn Mad Dogs. Put on the Mad Dogs. Give me the Mad Dogs. Where's this thing go? One is phone, one is line out. We're going for the phone. And I've listened to other things. I was doing a lot of IMs with this, and I was like, God, this just sounds good. It just sounds fucking good. Is it $900 good? Yeah, it sounds $900 fucking good, all right? I said it. I fucking said it. I don't want to say it. I hate saying it. It paused the music, by the way, because I unplugged it. And now we have to go into the menu, which we turn on the screen, and we pull this down, and we hit low gain, medium gain, high gain. Swipe to unlock. It feels more expensive than the FiiO. I don't know what it is about it. If it's just mental and it's just the actual act of physically touching it, which, by the way, no fingerprints on the glass in the back. 80 out of 100. None of this 120 shit. Oh, shit. That was too loud. Okay, 80. 80 out of 100 is plenty for the Mad Dogs. This is dangerous. Oh, yeah, nope. Lower the shit out of that. I love the way this thing sounds. This might be... This is straight up competing with the Shandling shit that I love. And the thing is, it's not a THX amp. FiiO lives with the THX amps. Have I shut you off? No, you're not shut off yet. I'm gonna plug you back in over here. I don't know if I can tell you which one I like. Because that's literally my job, right? It sounds so good. 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 Oh shit, which one's headphone? The middle one's headphone. The other one's a dedicated line out. I like the way the iBasso sounds better. Different songs, yes. But I've been going back and forth now for... I've used both of these for weeks, I promise you that. And I just been ignoring them. I didn't know the full price of this. I was like, oh, it's probably like a $400 DAC. Yeah, it's got Android. It's $900. And this one's $700. And I know nobody watching this is like, oh, Zeos. I like the way it sounds better. I just like the way it sounds better. All right, don't ask me to describe it. If it's just like a more subtle, smooth delivery of sound, I know this is sounding like audiophile garbage. This is why I don't like being a reviewer sometimes, because sometimes I just can't be like, well, this one sounds better because bass. That's easy. That's easy mode. Why a headphone sounds better one than the other in a certain aspect, I can handle. But like nearly similarly priced, almost $1,000 portables, I just have to close my eyes and say, okay, I feel like I want to listen to this one more. That's all you can get. I can't exaggerate the differences. Like, oh, absolutely. The creamy midtones are much more derivative on the iBasso. It's like, I can't make up shit like that. All I can tell you is, from my gut, I'd rather listen to I was going to call it a Shandling. I'd rather listen to the iBasso than the FiiO. Even the new Plus. Even the new fucking Plus. And I'd rather listen to the Plus versus the, I'm still charging it, than the Limited. So is it worth the extra $200? For a smaller player, that's another thing. It is a solid, it's thinner, and it's definitely smaller height. I'd probably go with the iBasso. But that being said, it's also a iBasso, and you're gonna have to get, warranty information from the iBasso. You're gonna have to reach out to iBasso, and then you're gonna want to buy that fucking extra amp from the iBasso, which I wonder if someone could send that to me. Because I'll keep this thing around if Linsol can send me the actual add-on amp. Because I'd love to try it with 2 watts per channel output. Would it be as good? Like, do I believe it's the DAC causing it to sound as good, or the amp module? It's got to be the amp. It's got to be coming from THX and THX linearity, and then swooping over and just giving me, like, I don't know, some other, sorry about that, idiots. Some other green amp gives me like that same, like, oh, you know what? You get a pass. You're only a watt per channel, and it's fine, because you know what? You do something to the sound. The Rebel amp does something to the sound that makes me love it just somehow more. If you've been watching my channel long enough and you're like a patron in the patronage chat or something, you have several amplifiers because you understand there's a difference there. Getting the right headphone, getting a set of headphones, 3 or 4, it's fine. You start your collection. And then it's like, all right, now what do I want my amplifiers to do to it? Do I want it to be linear and clean, or warm, or have a lot of options and bass and different gain settings? Or do I want it to go tube, or do I want to get a Class A? This feels more like a Class A portable than the M11 does. M11 is very straightforward, very linear, very THX. Even though on the fucking this Pro with the ES, I fucking love that thing. I feel like this does a better job with THX amplification than their portables can. So this actually sounds more like the original BTR5 was doing than this ever will. And then the fucking iBasso comes out and kicks everyone's ass. So I'd probably hold on to the iBasso. Maybe I'll sell one of my Shanlings. I sold the M6. I kept the M8. I wonder if it doesn't have the power. If I got the amp module for this and it could hold the battery up, the battery in this could support 2 watts per channel and give me still 6 to 8 hours, which this claims 11 hours, by the way. The iBasso claims 11 hours of playback. Not bad. Not fucking bad. They don't say if that's with both amp modules, but I doubt it. You're running, you know, an extra 112% power output on the bigger amp module. Yes, this thing is sexy incarnate, and it's the right size. It's not a phone, it's an old phone. This is a big, heavy new phone. Ha! I guess my phone dwarfs it. So this is a last generation big heavy phone, but still thicker than any. It's too thick. And that's still including the M17 being twice as thick. This just feels right. This feels like the right. If you're going to spend all your money on one portable, get one that you put in your hand and you feel like you spent the right amount of money on it. This, when you take it out, it's beautiful, but it's bulky. It's heavy. I should tell you the grams. This is much light. That's a, and that's a. Look, see, look. Oh God! Don't click anything. Stop clicking. That's how we test here, and so you just drop it on my desk. That's right, I got a thick. This is a mouse pads with a Z, mouse pads, mouse pad, and then this yoga mat underneath it. So we're good. Yeah, links to this on Linsol, this on APOS, which I still think a lot of you are going to go for because you just want to know, is the Plus still as good as the M11 Limited? Yes. And then the little Hidizs, which is also on Linsol. Here you go for that, which is again the right size for a portable if you don't want to blow $1,000 on one. If you're gonna blow $1,000, if you're literally Weiss Schnee and you can say, I want the finest things, Daddy, this is the one you get. So there you go. Oh, yeah, no, this is the one you get. Coupon code for these for $100. It's dumb not to own them. Thank you to Triangle, who I've now put a wire on top of that speaker. That's professional. So there's a wire draped over it, but it's also spinning. The AIO, Triangle AIO Twin, and the other AIO line. Check those out in the links posted everywhere because Triangle is good. Triangle speakers are good. I have the powered ones there, and I've got the towers back there. And the Triangle Borea towers, which is the lowest line, but the biggest towers in the lowest line, are the best towers I've ever heard. Like, they're put together beautifully. And this is no different. So I'm gonna go now. You guys enjoy the rest of your night or day. We'll probably release this around lunchtime. It's probably been an hour. I don't even fucking know anymore. Sorry about all this length. But don't forget, you should be jumping around. It's not my fault. Check out my second channel if I can't waste enough of your day. I recently reviewed my Fastone image viewer, which is this application that I use for like previewing all my wallpapers and jumping around through them. So if you want to know how look at a happy megamine. If you want to know how I do this shit, or what I use to do this shit and what the options are with it, there's a 50-minute long video talking about my goddamn preference in image reviewers on the second channel, which was my sound demo channel. So if you're subscribed to that, you're now subscribed to that as well. Patreon and Subscribe Star. I should really do my pimping at the very beginning because, you know, if you want to support this channel, and you want to buy things, like that's one of the ways that this works is, you know, companies just send shit. They don't give a shit. So if you want to buy the things I've reviewed, one of the benefits of $5 tiers on either one, Subscribe Star or Patreon, is you get to see reviews early. So you can make up your mind before the rest of the world. And if there's out of stock reasons, trust me, you want to do that. You get to participate in yard sales where I will probably sell. I was just like, oh, I'll sell this 240 reference DAP. But I've been listening to it and it's sort of convincing me not to. You son of a bitch. I hate that. So I might keep the DX240 around as my, like, literally a reference DAP, even though it's fucking 2.5 millimeter, you bitch. But it's so beautiful and green. And I might sell at least one of these M11s is being sold in the yard sale. So you just check it out. 1st to the 10th of every month. Usually drop a video either the 1st or the 2nd or the 3rd. You have till the 10th to bid on it. If you're content out of the United States or Canada, I ship to you for free. Or we'll see how Canada shipping is after with the oil crisis. There's an oil crisis, in case you didn't know. And it's half shipping international That might also change, God knows. All I know is I have merch coming. Right now, merch should be available. I'm guessing because my friend said, yeah, end of the week, and the end of this week is 2 weeks from like when this video is going to come out. So look for new merch. I'm not pimping it hard enough. I'm actually wearing it. Yeah, so new merch. Patreon subscribe star, $5 a month, see reviews early, participate in yard sales, lossless sound demos, $10 a month, behind the scenes private Telegram chat where you can ask me any questions you like, because asking me in the comments of this video may not get you. Asking me on the Reddit may not get me. You're in Telegram, in the pay for chat, I get every question you ask. At Zeospantera, and I will answer you. And other people will help and chime in, and it's great. Because I don't have all the answers a lot of the time. Sometimes it's very specific questions about like recording interfaces, and I'm like, there's 10 people who know more about that in here. You're welcome. Don't forget to check out the Hi-Fi Guides forum, because I love the forum. I actually set up a deals and sales category. There wasn't one before, so now that makes a little more sense for me. And I'm gonna go pack up all this crazy nonsense and then be done with this video. So get your wallpaper in the description. If you want to get every wallpaper as I change them, like literally when I'm done with this, I have to do another review possibly afterwards of the Stealth. I'm just gonna pick a wallpaper, move it to the pick this wallpaper folder, and I'm done with it. And then you'll have it at that exact moment on March 30th at, there's no time, at 10 o'clock at night. You'll get a wallpaper just appear in your folder, and it's gonna be magical. So check out that Resilio sync link. And I'm done. And again, once more, thank you to Triangle for sponsoring this video. It's gonna keep me going when the YouTube algorithm screws me over, which is a fucking thing. So yeah, wallpapers and players and these headphones. I can't, it's these, the FiiO21 Civicas and the Blonde B60s are the three, like, the trifecta of cheap closebacks. And I'm glad it's these that I got a coupon code for. Good, good, good. I'll see you next time.